Hello and welcome to game number 3 between LiquidTLO and DuckLoadRa. DuckLoadRa will be playing as the blue Protoss player at the lower left hand corner because he wants to confuse us. I believe he was red, and LiquidTLO will be playing as the red Terran player at the upper right hand corner. This is game number 3. Game 1 and 2 was really nice because they showcased some of the great skill and the APM of both these players. The micro was absolutely impeccable, and right now we have Gateway along with Barracks. And I went to a really nice Japanese restaurant yesterday. I think it was called Anya. It's in the city. It's really nice, and I've noticed something. Whenever you see a couple eating, you can usually tell how far along a relationship they are. Like, if they're eating non-stop and they don't care what the other person thinks, then they're pretty far along. But if they're just nipping and eating at really tiny bites at a time, that means they're probably waiting for some sort of course after the dinner course that starts with enter, if you know what I mean. And of course there's going to be a refinery at this moment with 3 SCVs inside, and the assimilator just went up, so the assimilator did come online a little bit later than the refinery, and LiquidTLO is going to check out the Xel'Naga Watchtower. The Xel'Naga Watchtower along with the side over here. This is a great scouting spot, as LiquidTLO just showed us, because it might have a hidden pylon from your opponent that may or may not be pivotal to your opponent's plan. But of course, if you were DuckLoadRa, or you've seen this replay, you should know you should put your pylon right over here, so he's not going to scout it. So a little bit further than usual. Just the minor things in life. And there's going to be 1 barracks, and this time it looks like there's only going to be 1 marine, and he's still making more and more SCVs, and the SCV is inside the base, and it appears that at this moment DuckLoadRa has recently sent out his scout, so he doesn't actually know what's inside the base of his opponent. LiquidTLO does like to scout before DuckLoadRa. DuckLoadRa is a little bit more focused on what he's building and what he's doing, try to get that slight advantage over his opponent, even though at this time I believe the mule is giving the economical advantage to LiquidTLO, and he might lose this final SCV. The SCV is dancing. Keep in mind the probes will actually hit the SCV because the probes do have a slightly range attack. It is so overpowered. It is the most overpowered harvester in the world. Ooh, he does finally take it down. And it appears the marine will be able to deter that probe from seeing too much of what's inside the base. So this is the vision of DuckLoadRa. He does not actually see anything, and of course the vision of LiquidTLO will show that his opponent has gone second gas relatively early, and he's also going to be working on his robotics facility. And of course LiquidTLO is not going to get a second gas just yet. It looks like he does have 1 barracks, and he is going to have 2 marauders and 1 marine. You usually want to have 2 marines. This might suggest he is going to go slightly marauder heavy, and he is going to be building his command center momentarily. This is a really good game. I've seen it twice, and man, it's really exciting. And of course the cybernetic core was being chrono boosted for the tech lab, and I'm trying to get my APM up. I don't know why. That was really strange. I do apologize. And the probe is coming to scout the natural expansion. At the same time, we will see LiquidTLO is coming out. He does not catch a glimpse. He does not know that his opponent is coming. He just barely misses the tail of the attack that is on the way. 3 marauders, 1 marine, and 1 SCV. And of course there is going to be barracks and more barracks, and there is going to be 3 gateways and 1 pylon, 2 pylon. This is actually a really dangerous position for these 2 pylons because they're powering every single structure that the Protoss has, and the Protoss just spotted and he puts down a very good force field. The SCV is going to go die and does tank some damage. And is he going to come inside? And will he? Ooh, the probe does come back in, so he knows what he's dealing with, and he needs to put down another force field. He gets right in step back and runs right up the ramp, and he is in trouble here. He needs to pull some probes off the line. He is not pulling probes off the line. Look at this marauder dance around. Ooh, he does get hit, I think only about 1 or twice by that Zealot. Very good control there by LiquidTLO. The APM is absolutely ridiculous at this moment for LiquidTLO. It's almost approaching 300, and of course DuckLoadRa does not have that many units. He does have some probes. I believe 1 or 2 probes actually killed off one of those marauders, and he is going to back off now because he will be able to warp in more units momentarily, and the chrono boost is actually being spent on the Nexus to replenish the probes that he just destroyed. So there is 3 gateways. This is a really dangerous situation. I would never ever advise you as a Protoss player to do this because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structures all on 2 pylons, and those 2 pylons are very dangerous. And of course there's going to be 3 barracks and factory coming out, and barracks are actually only making marines at this moment because I think he wants to save some gas for the factory. He is not actually checking his natural expansion. I think he would have seen that little blip of a marine there, and there is an observer there. Ooh, observer no more, getting shot down by LiquidTLO. Sometimes I wonder if these players are listening to me in the future, telling them what to do in the past. And of course that's not possible, but there is going to be 1 pylon going up at the gold expansion for LiquidTLO, and LiquidTLO does have 3 barracks up and running. He will have a factory very soon, and the factory, is he going to build a starport or make some stuffs on the factory? And there will be a starport. Concussive shells are being researched for the Marauders. The upgrades are going to be 1-1 versus 1-1 at the moment, and of course the income advantage does go to LiquidTLO, as he does had a successful harass, and of course he did not have that second gas up and running. He does look like he has four of those SCVs on the mineral line there. Slight mistake. And of course the probe is going to come up here and take a peek at the base of LiquidTLO. And at this moment, a lot of construction is being built by LiquidTLO. He's going to be changing his game plan possibly. He does actually cancel that bunker there. And if we take a look at the vision of DuckLoadRa, he sees the factory, but he does not yet see the starport. So he knows his opponent does have 3 of those barracks. He does not know what the 3rd attachment is. Could be a reactor, could be a tank lab. He does not know. One Marauder coming out to test the waters, and he is going to get cut off and possibly taken down. Marauder's going up on the high land over here. Very, very smart. Will be able to take very good volley on the Immortal. This Immortal is very close to death, and he does manage to run it away, and he does want to re-engage and take out that. Ooh, he does snipe off that Immortal. We do see Robotics Bay coming out. Perhaps we will see some Colossus. More and more Marauders are being produced at this moment. The Marauders are still at 0-0, and the forces of DuckLoadRa are still at 0-0, and he does not. Ooh, he does have barely enough for another set of force fields, and very, very nice dancing movements by LiquidTLO, running away from the Zealots. Very nice control there. Absolutely great play by LiquidTLO, and this last Marauders is still alive. Great, great control. More Marauders are coming, and they will be able to kite these Zealots all day long, but of course the Zealots with their charge would help a lot, but he does not yet have charge, and DuckLoadRa is inside the base of LiquidTLO, and at the same time he will be getting his natural expansion at this moment. Some SCVs needs to come off to help out, and the Marauders are still trying to kill off these Zealots. Zealots are sure strong because Marauders do bonus damage to armor units. They do double damage versus armor units, but against normal units like the Zealots, they actually have a hard time if they can get right in front of their face. And of course the Orbital Command is going to lift off at this moment and possibly move out. And he should really add more pylons here. Ooh, man, that does hurt me to see as a Protoss player. And of course, there is going to be some more units coming out. And there's an observer right here watching the movements of his opponent. DuckLoadRa is going to lose that observer possibly. He does not have that many he does not have that many Marines. This Marine's struggling to try to get back there and possibly try to shoot down that observer, but he will not be able to. Knowing the exact composition of your opponent is extremely important because that will allow you time to react and sort of decide what you want to do to counter it. And the army size for both these areas are going to be at 66 versus 77. 77 advantage for the Terran player, and the income does actually show the Protoss player was ahead because he was able to harass and get the second expansion. I mean the first natural expansion up the second base quicker than his opponent, and he is going to have a lot of units. The observer will be able to spot the units are coming his way. There's going to be a pylon hidden on the side. This will allow him to weapon some units should he decide to kill off this pylon over here. That's a very good idea. Hellions coming into the front to do some damage possibly. These probes are absolutely helpless. He will be able to get 1 probe kill, 3 probe kills, good force field there, and he actually stopped none of those Hellions from running away. And the Hellions did spot the pylon on the side, so he will know that something else is coming. And there is going to be Marauders coming in here. There's going to be drop on the side, and he is going to kill off these Marauders. The Hellions are harassing from the side. There's a drop inside the base, and that drop may be able to do some damage. The drop might be actually be able to snipe off this robotics facility if he focus fires on it, and he is going to possibly take it down. He will be able to take it down, but actually I think that might not have been the greatest choice because I think he could have been able to take down both these pylons and everything would have been unpowered. But nonetheless, great harass. He was able to keep up the pressure with the Hellions at the lower right hand corner there. And there are some Marauders coming in here slowly one by one, and they're going to retreat now. Marauders hang out at the north side of the base for LiquidTLO against and of course after any major battle as a Terran player, just throw down a whole bunch of mules and get your economy back up and running. I really do like that. And we do see additional command center is coming online at the moment. I think that battle was pretty much even. That was very, very good defend there by DuckLoadRa, and LiquidTLO is struggling. I think he did not feel that he succeeded in that battle, and he is going to try to make up for it by having more production and more of those resources. And it appears that he has not taken down this set of destructible rocks. He's going to start working on it. It's actually a little bit troublesome to work on the destructible rocks with the Zealots because the Zealots can't get a full surround in it. You'll see some Zealots bumbling back and forth, going back and forth like a guy who wants to pick up a girl at an elementary school. Let's not talk about that. And there is an observer here to the side. Some Marauders coming here and there's also going to be more and more Colossus coming out. He has rebuilt the robotics facility, putting it back exactly where it was. 2 more gateways are online. There's a total of 5 gateways, and some of these Marauders might be thinking about doing some damage very, very soon. Observer is flying around. There's also going to be 1 medevac possibly going into the base for some harass. I really wish he had actually sniped off the pylon there instead of the robotics facility. Robotics facility actually has 900 HP, whereas the 2 pylons combined only has a total of, let's see, 200, 200, 400, makes 800 HP. So I think he could have taken it down because he did do about 900 points of damage. So he would have been able to slow down his opponent quite a bit. And there's a drop inside the base at this moment, and some of these units are getting taken down. Let's hop back into the base, and he will be able to take down that 1 pylon, I suspect. Some Zealots chasing these Marauders around, but Marauders are simply too fast. This is really good control from LiquidTLO. He is running back, and the medevac is still healing that Marauder very correctly. He is going to finally lose 1 Marauder, and he will pick up the rest of the 3 Marauders. Absolutely great control there by LiquidTLO. He has, very, very close. He's very, very close to death. And the Protoss player DuckLoadRa does not actually have any air units to shoot at the medevac there, and he does have a toilet counter, and of course that harass did give information on what kind of units his opponent DuckLoadRa does have, so LiquidTLO will be able to chill here for a bit in the moment being. And the army size at 124 versus 120, still very, very close, very much into the game. And another set of medevac are going to come out, and there are going to be a lot of Marauders. Unit composition heavily Marauders for LiquidTLO. He is going to get some tanks along with siege tech, I suspect, and there's going to be a planetary fortress going up over here for that command center. A medevac is coming from the left hand side. There's still a medevac at the south side of the base. He is going to do a simultaneous drop. 1 drop occurring on here, and this is going to go down fairly quickly, I suspect. And some units are being warped in, and he also has another set of units in the back there, but this set of units will go down very quickly to those Zealots. He will be able to get some of those probes kills, and actually I think that might have done more harm than good, because he will remind his opponent that he should move these probes over and possibly increase his income, and he is going to do that right now. That was a good harass there by LiquidTLO, but of course DuckLoadRa was reminded of his minerals and stuffs, and another drop might be coming for LiquidTLO as he's dropping here on the side. He is behind an income, DuckLoadRa that is, and he should probably snipe off something or other. And we do see a sneaky command center going off to the east side there, and he hasn't actually killed anything yet. I think he killed off only 1 pylon, and these Zealots might not be able to take down this Marauder. Marauder is going to snipe off the pylon there, and in the meantime, at the main screen here, we will see Colossus versus some of these mules. Mules are going down very quickly. Each mule is about 200 or so, 250 or so of those minerals, and it looks like those are going to be no more minerals, and he will be able to take down the refiner here as well. Harassment still going on inside the base. There is going to be some Marauders still at the natural expansion. Some Vikings coming out. These Colossus are going to be serious goners if he does not move them back, and I think they will still be goners because there's only 2 Stalkers a miss, and 1 Storm. That was a little bit of a wasteful Storm because Storm you really want to save for the infantry unit or something that is more dense, and it appears he is going to try to defend this planetary fortress as some of the main forces of LiquidTLO is going to move through the main screen over here. You can see it on the minimap. He is thinking about attacking because he is going to lose this planetary fortress. At the same time, the Protoss army is going to press forward to the natural expansion, and Zealots with their charge is going to kill off some stuff, and this is a very nice 3 set of siege tanks, and at this moment, he is going to have to fall back. And over here, Marauders coming in. Marauders killing off these probes, and the probes are forced to not fall back. They should probably fall back. And he is going to be able to snipe off this Nexus possibly. Ooh, he's so close. Go back and snipe the Nexus. Oh my god. Go back and snipe the Nexus. He is going to go back. The Nexus does go down. These Zealots are surrounding some of these Marauders, but the Marauders can get picked up. Perfect play there by LiquidTLO. TLO will be able to fly away. And this one can actually not force field. Can actually feedback, but he forgot, and he is going to die. Some of the units are running back, and of course the main army of LiquidTLO is actually in these medevacs, and the medevacs are going to drop. These probes are not actually mining. Good Storm there, absolutely great Storm. Storming again, he could possibly get some feedback off and maybe kill them off, and he does not have enough energy. He is warping in some Stalkers to try to defend, and the base was actually moved by DuckLoadRa there because LiquidTLO was getting harassed. Some more medevacs just flying back and forth. Both these players are trying to figure out where their units are located. That was an absolutely hectic couple of minutes there. And of course DuckLoadRa is going to mine on his second and third base. He did lose the third place at the natural expansion here, and of course the player TLO has lost his base there as well, and the army count now is still going to be 139 versus 148. Both these players are still very, very close, I would say. 1-0 upgrades for the Terran player, 0-0 upgrades for the Protoss player. We will see some Ghosts. Ghosts are a very good counter against the Templars, because Templars are actually devastating for tanks as well as infantry. I believe it takes 2 storms for a tank. I think I've tested that out. Not 100% sure, but almost. I would say 95.43% sure. And there is going to be some Colossus that is being constructed. There is a total of 5 of those things. These are going to be gateways, and some of these units are coming in to take a peek at his opponent's base, I believe. I don't think he just sent all of them in to die. That was actually a little bit frivolous. 3 of those units, and he does have 3 barracks inside the base and 2 barracks outside the base. All of them do have tech labs, and that's a total of 5 barracks. Don't ignore that little selection there, because I only selected 2 of the things inside the base and 2 out of the base. That's why I only chose 4 instead of 5. And the Zealots are coming in here. He could get a good storm off here if he wants to, but the EMP is waiting for him with the Ghost. There are 2 Ghosts, and there are a lot of those Templars. 4 Templars, actually. And Marauders coming in here. The Marauders are going to kill off the Destructive Rocks, possibly get the gold. There is still the medevac here with nobody inside, and 1 medevac with 1 Marauder inside. And we see good storm there. Good EMP! Good EMP catching all of the units. No more storms. The tanks sieged up, but the tanks are not in good position. 1 storm goes off, 2 storm goes off. I believe that was from this 1 Templar that still had energy. And the 4 Templars that have absolutely no energy are morphing into Archons at this one. Some of these units are going to have to land the fight, and they decided it was not a good idea. That was actually a really good ground army by DuckLoadRa, but a better air force by LiquidTLO. That is why he lost most of his army to a very heavy Zealot force, and more Marauders are being made at this moment. And this Viking is going to take down this Colossus possibly, and no, he's going to go at, oh, I think he could have sniped it. A little bit of a misjudgment there, and these Archons will be able to tank very, very well the shots of the tanks because they are so big and chunky. None EMP goes off on the Stalkers, it appears, but this one still has a storm. If he wants the storm on the SCV, storm on the SCVs, do it, man. Don't just stand there. Do it. Good storm there, and there are some SCVs dying about. I think that was 6 kills from that 1 storm. The Colossus does get taken down, and the Observer is going to be on the side, and there's there are going to be some Banshees along. This 1 Banshee actually got a lot of kills with the Marauder, a lot of probe kills while he was harassing the base of LiquidTLO. And there's going to be more and more units, more and more Zealots being warped in at this moment. Both these players are hurting, and they're harassing each other very effectively, which is a great thing to see. And of course, excuse me, LiquidTLO is hurting a little bit more because he is mining a little bit less. I think he should have been reminded after that attack that he should move some of these SCVs, but he forgot, and he is going to be mining at the goal. His income tab is going to shoot up a lot. But of course, DuckLoadRa has been on 3 bases steadily. He did lose a lot of probes, but he did not lose the mining capability of those probes because he did have 3 bases, and the Colossus is actually here by himself, all by myself, and he is going to run away. Don't throw a storm on the Viking, please don't do it. Ooh, 1 storm on his own Observer almost, and storm, do it, you have a storm, good storm there, and he will hurt them quite a bit. Army size is at 97 versus 88, still very, very close this stage in the game. And there is going to be some cannons going up defensively for the Protoss player at his 3rd expansion, I suspect. Yep, it is at his 3rd expansion. And another command center is going to come online shortly, as that is going to be another planetary fortress. Oh man, this is going to be like a drawing the line in the sand. Well, not in the sand, but on the blue particles that is of this world. And this planetary fortress is going to go down, but he does have another planetary fortress. This is not a very good attack, but he does get some very good storms off. He will be able to kill some of those SCVs. And he is going to have to wait. Oh, he is going to merge those Archons. I was going to say he has to wait for the energy, which is not a great thing to do. You never want to wait on energy with a Templar somewhere. And, ooh, that's got to hurt. The tanks are hurting him quite a bit there, as the splash damage was splashed. Every army size is 107 versus 82. And the APM of these players are absolutely insane, as both of them are trying to get an edge on the other. And at this moment, the Terran's only mining at the gold expansion. That's why the Protoss player DuckLoadRa is harassing this so much. SCV's trying desperately to repair the 2 tanks that's alive. Good storm there! And he is going to be able to take down a lot of those SCVs. Absolutely great storm there. SCV count going down to 34. And some of the units are coming over here. We'll be able to force a cancel on this Nexus possibly. And we can keep an eye on the Nexus at the lower part of the screen, as he is going to push forward here possibly. And he is going to kill more SCVs. The income tab is going to show that the Terran player, LiquidTLO, does not actually have income at the moment because he was harassed at the goal expansion, and the Protoss player does have a bigger army. Protoss player could try to finish it here. If he can prevent the Terran player from getting any more income, he will be able to seal the deal here, I think, and the SCV is going to go away. He might be able to survive a little bit longer as some of these units are going to go down. This command center is on fire. I think he's not actually working on these units at the moment, as there's a battle taking place on the side here along these Marauders and tanks, and the main army is actually, I think, way too big for this force. He needs to siege those tanks, but he doesn't actually have room. I think he's running back to the planetary fortress because the planetary fortress will be able to provide some cover. The Colossus is getting a lot of kills. 27 kills on that Colossus. Another Colossus actually goes down on the side there. Ghost still trying to... He should probably EMP that Archon, but he could not. And he's pushing inside. DuckLoadRa is pushing inside the base of LiquidTLO, and he is doing a lot of damage. He did manage to take down 2 of the barracks at the natural expansion already, and he has taken the orbital command at the natural expansion as well. So basically the only thing that remains are these 2 planetary forces. He's not actually mining because the Protoss player put a Colossus in here in the back, outranged planetary fortress, and LiquidTLO, GG's. Oh man, that was such a great game. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's a lot of cameras after that. See you guys at the next game or the next set of players. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Hello, and if you haven't figured out, this is actually just going to be filler material, and you can catch up on the stuff you missed at the beginning of the game with the GL, HF, and other kind of stuff. And I was wondering if you guys or any of you people out there are playing Battlefield or World of Warcraft specifically on the Kel'Thuzar server, Kel something THUZAD, some other craps. And if you are, let me know. I think I'm an Alliance, Alliance, something or other Alliance. I'm not that great at the game. I'm 83, 4, something or other. And also Battlefield, Bad Company 2, if you want to play, that would be awesome, because we have, I think, 4 regulars, we got Skype, and maybe we'll get an event for that stuff. So if you want to play, that would be really fun, and I don't know how long this filler is going to be. I'm just going to keep on rolling and bowling. And I haven't been bowling for a while, actually. Bowling's really fun, but I really suck at it because I hate the shoes. You know, the shoes you have to put on, it smells so bad. And if you bring your own shoes, like, you look so professional and stuff, but you actually aren't really better than anybody, in my opinion. Alright, that's enough for this one. See you guys next game. I already said that. Thanks, bye.